evening and welcome to the October edition of Curriculum Connection. I'm Medford School District's Curriculum Director, Laura Lundy. Tonight, we will explore how teaching science has changed and stayed the same in our district. Science and technology, two words that tend to go together like peanut butter and jelly. Science advances through the use of new technology, and technology is advanced through the use of science. This year, after adopting the new Pearson Mastering curriculum, Medford High School students have found that technology can make learning science easier. Because Medford High School students now have 24-hour access to internet-ready devices, teachers can use online learning management systems to help individualize learning. Chemistry teacher Ted Wilson explains how online systems, such as the Pearson Online Mastering program, helps kids.
A program that allows us to test the kids on their mastering of chemistry skills and abilities through online assessments. The kids have online homework that they can do that gives them immediate feedback as to whether they got it right or wrong, why it's right or wrong, and scores it for them. Also gives them many resources to be able to use for review and their textbooks right there, and also gives them the ability to have extra resources.
Students are enjoying the extra feedback and practice that technology can give them.
In my chemistry class, I had one young lady tell me that she really likes doing the homework online because if she got the piece of paper and she's at home at night, she doesn't even know if she's doing it right. And she could be stuck on the first one and then I don't even know, and she tells me, she says, I don't even know if I'm even going on. I mean, I even be able to go on and do the rest of the problems if I don't even know if I'm doing the problems correctly. But on our LMS, on our Master Chemistry site, it shows the students, you know, if they get the answer correct or not, and they know that they can then go on and complete the assignment.
In contrast to the very tech-filled science curriculum that the high school adopted, the elementary school has adopted a new program that fits a different need. The goal of the elementary adoption was to align with the next generation science standards and to include more engineering components. As kindergarten teacher Chris Anderson has found out, engineering skills can be taught even to 5-year-olds.
So far, we talked about the weather, and they did some illustrations, and we're writing a journal for that. And we also talked about the sun and what it can do for us, but yet sometimes it's too hot, and how could we protect ourselves? So before I even showed the students this page, I asked them, how could you protect yourself from the sun? And they had to draw the design. I told them that engineers create a design first. They don't just start building, they want a plan. And after they drew their plan, and they all did a really good job without any clues from me. So I just gave them a bunch of materials and they had to figure out how they could incorporate that into their design.
I was making like a house and like a picnic area, and you would eat under there and you could stay out of the shade for a while.
Fourth grade teacher Rachel Mildebrandt agrees that the inclusion of the engineering component is a definite plus.
Students get to think like scientists, which is where they get to analyze and interpret data, design models, or construct arguments.
STEM activities, or science, technology, engineering, and math activities, are not only emphasized in the new science curriculum. Gifted and talented coordinator Jenny Shipman also helps kids understand engineering concepts when she visits their classrooms.
One of the things that the third graders are working on, they're just being introduced to the idea of aeronautical engineering. So they're working with some physics, and right now we're testing some hoop gliders that they made, and they're having to manipulate a variable because they have to fly them a different time after every 3 trials.
Although there have been technology upgrades and new materials, many of the great science projects that teachers did in the past are still being used, such as last week's biology scavenger hunt at the school forest. Technology has improved these activities by allowing students to use Google and their phones to upload pictures instantaneously to show their learning. Another upgrade to science is at the 5th grade, where no new technology is needed, just some inventive scheduling. Starting this year, 5th grade students travel to the 7th grade science room to be team taught once a week by both the 5th and 7th grade science teachers. This week, students were learning how to measure the length and mass of candy. Medford students have always been high achievers in science, with over 90% of kids being proficient or advanced on the state science test. Now, with the addition of engineering projects at the elementary school, more hands-on labs at the middle school, and the individual feedback and practice that technology gives high school students, teaching science has evolved. Nobel Prize winner Sir William Bragg says the most important thing in science is not so much new facts, as to discover new ways of thinking about them. As Medford teachers integrate new science materials into their classes, they have found this quote to be true. For many scientific facts have remained, but how we teach them has changed. For Curriculum Connection, I'm Laura Lundy.